Imagine having powers where you see demons every single day. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, and today I have a great manga volume review that is should be out already by it's in the American company Yem Press. Uh, Mieruko-chan, I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's a great first volume. I just got my hands on it, and I'm excited to kind of tell you guys what it is all about. Now, I will be very general with the story, mainly because the last chapter, oh my gosh, it wrecked me, and I don't want people to go in or buy the volume knowing what's gonna happen. So, I will say this is probably one of the better series, unexpectedly, that I've liked this season. So, and I'm not even saying it because I want to make a big deal about it. I'm truly just shocked by I just finished the book a few minutes ago, and it shocked me, and it really was on that last part. Now, before anything, before I go into details, which won't be a lot, I promise, but once I go into details, first thing, if you have not done so by now, make sure you give some love to this channel and to this video. We're trying to reach 4K before Christmas. I think it's very much possible. We're not that far away, so give some love to the channel and to this video. Give some like, comments, and share this video. This is going to be really inspired by my love of horror, but also comedy. So it's going to be in those genres. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about it, wait until all this, and I'll explain to you what the story is all about. Also, go check out Yem Press. Yem Press is a great company that provides a lot of manga and a lot of light novels as well, where we as an American community are able to buy through them through different companies that sell Yen Press, big companies like Right Stuff and Barnes and Noble. So make sure you give them some love. I have a link down there below where you guys can buy some manga and light novels at a cheap price. So give them some love. Definitely a company that needs and deserves the recognition. So, with all that out of the way, let's start and talk about the manga itself. So, genre wise, I already said comedy and horror. Those two things are something that I like, and when they're put together really well done, it's something that I really enjoy, and I think that's why I enjoyed this one. Now, I will say it's more on the comical side, but there's a lot of panels that where she sees ghosts or demons or um, beings from the other world that, man, the way they're drawn, it freaks you out. I mean, it really does. And it goes to the point where, like, I look at the drawings and I'm like, man, this artist could have really gone into a very dark type of drawing, which he does, but at the same time, with the rest of the story being connected to it, it's kind of like a lighthearted with a darkness with all these demons being drawn. Now, what's the story about? Essentially, you have this girl, Mieruko-chan, who is she's able to see these beings from another world. So you can call them demons, ghosts, whatever you want to call them. And essentially, she doesn't know why she sees them, but she has decided that she's gonna live her life just ignoring them, just not saying a word to them, not acknowledging them. There's times where they're like right in her face, and she tries to look past them. There's times where the demons are like harassing, and when I say harassing, like harassing her friends, in particular a girl who reoccurs a lot in the volume, and she just kind of like smiles and pretends nothing's happening. Um, Essentially, the entire volume follows that aspect. She tries to have a good day, but doesn't really end up having a good day because these demons and these beings are essentially everywhere. And it's interesting how they actually do have a meaning. Like, she actually sees certain beings because of what's happening or because of how the person is. Like, for example, her friend being harassed, I kind of feel like she's being harassed that way because the demon knows that this girl, this high school girl, is going through all these hormones, and it's kind of like, she makes jokes about all that kind of stuff. So the demon kind of is attached to her in that way. There is demons of like fear that, for example, she'll see like a abandoned animal in the street, and with the animal is like a cowarding demon in the back. It's pretty scary, but it's not really doing much. It's like a coward demon. It's a demon of fear, and it's attached to this cat. Maybe because the cat was abandoned and left to die. So you kind of connect those. There's another time that I think she's in the mall or at some store outlets, and there is a guy who is totally a player, and he has this like jealousy girl demon attached to her. Now she's kind of freaky, and she kind of tries to mess with Mieruko-chan, but at the same time, we see why he's like that and why he has that demon, because he probably creates in his relationship girls that are so attached to him because it's all about him. You can tell that's his type of character. And he meets up with the girl. Eventually, we see her, who is sweet. She's cute. She's kind of bubbly. But then you see like a line of guy demons behind her, and you can probably tell that this girl probably is a girl who, you know, goes around. So, with all that, you can kind of figure out how the author tries to hide these little nuggets here and there about why certain demons are certain places. Personally, I enjoy that because it's not like Mieruko-chan is saying it out loud like, oh, this is why this demon is there. She doesn't even acknowledge like why they're there. She doesn't try to connect them to people. I think at most she did. At one point, she tried to get prayer beads, and the most she did at that point was acknowledge the fact that the demons were able to destroy them. So, but she doesn't really try to help the reader connect anything. She really doesn't. I mean, the whole story is a comedy of her trying to just live her normal life, and she can't. Uh, but then you as a reader, and at least maybe I read into things more than other people, and maybe not. I don't know. But as a reader, you start to connect all this stuff. Now, there is a last chapter that I'm not even gonna touch too much on it because it is a cliffhanger. At the same time, it changes the perspective of the story. But I will say, out of most of the story, that was probably the most dramatic, emotional chapter in the entire volume. And I say that because it does a really good job in getting you to chuckle, to laugh, to kind of like feel bad for her at one point. But then you reach this last chapter, and I'm not gonna lie, I did tear up. That's how emotional this chapter was, and it just slapped me in the face. Now, I'm gonna leave it at that. Out of 10, I give this one a 8 out of 10. Now, the reason I give it a high rating, and if you guys are new, 8 for me is high. It's because I typically don't do 8s on first volumes, but this one I think it deserves it because going in, I was expecting something like uh, Teasing Master Takagi-san, something where I would just laugh here and there. And then I started seeing these demons drawn, and they're really well done drawn. And I'm like, well, okay, this artist, he's not just any artist. And then we got to this chapter, and I'm like, okay, this story is not just any story. So because of it, I think it deserves an 8 out of 10. And yeah, really, really well done on this one. Can't wait to get volume 2, and we'll see how far the collection goes. I'm not really sure how many volumes it has, but go check it out. Again, in Yen Press. Yen Press has already released it. It was one of the November books. Give some love to them by checking them out on their website, as well as hitting the description below. You guys can find where to buy this book. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. Give some love to this video. Comment, like, and share. Thank you for your love and support that you always show this channel. I really do appreciate you guys coming in here and watching this video with me. And guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys in the next video.